there are two ways of approaching discourse. In discourse, there are people who make claims. One way is to demand from them to prove their claims. The other is to put forward claims without proving them and ask for people to disprove them. Now, I'm of the former school. Some people are of the latter, but the latter is based on a methodological fallacy. I cannot disprove to you that Candace Owens may have a crush on Macron. I can't disprove it to you. But that doesn't mean that it's false.
I like the way you front-loaded this massive drama segment with a bunch of philosophy there.
Yeah, it's absolutely philosophical, because this is a joy for epistemologists if you focus on what is happening.
I bet it is.
And the audience that approaches this from my perspective just takes this with a pinch of salt and says, well, several influencers are making claims about what happens behind closed doors, putting forward hypotheses that are largely unverifiable, and are trying to occasionally integrate empirical data within a broader narrative, always to confirm their hypothesis. And I take that always with a pinch of salt, and I demand them to give me conclusive proof. Why should I believe them?
Yeah, you're not going to get any of that, though.
Yeah, but some other people think that just because you can't disprove something, it therefore must be true.
Yes, the teapot circling Mercury or whatever.
Exactly, yeah. Whatever.
Bertrand Russell's teapot.
Yeah, whatever. It's methodologically speaking. You don't ask for people to disprove something. You can ask them to disprove it, but the point is that who gives you good reasons to believe something? Mm-hmm. Someone who gives you evidence for it and say, this is why you should believe it? Or someone who just says, well, this is a potential hypothesis. Can you disprove it to me?
Okay, come on. People want the gossip.
Right, people want the gossip.
I want the gossip.
You will have the gossip, but the best way of giving gossip is postponing the gossip.
Go on then.
Right? If I just give you the gossip, you're going to listen to it and move on.
I'm sure we have a lot to say on the
build
gossip.
Anticipation. Right, so let me just say that there are some claims that Candace Owens has made that I don't know if she's joking or not. Occasionally she has referred to Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and Sam Altman as hybrids.
Hybrids of what?
I don't know, but maybe she was just implying that... they may not be...
Lizard hybrids or robot hybrids?
Yeah, no, just hybrids. Yeah, we can have, Samson, if you want to pull out the link, we can have the link. But she has mentioned it. But, okay, I don't know if that's a joke or not. But there are other things that she seems to not treat as jokes. And this
Brigitte Macron being
has to do with the infamous case of Brigitte Macron's. Now, I want to say, my hunch is that Candace may secretly be in love with Emmanuel Macron. Can you disprove it?
I don't need to disprove it.
I haven't given reasons to believe in it.
But the whole point about Brigitte Macron being a man, this was just be clear, I don't dislike Candace Owens. I don't have any personal agenda against her or anything. But this Brigitte Macron as a man thing is so obviously false, because we've got pictures of Brigitte Macron back when she was grooming Emmanuel Macron as a child. She's not a man, she's a groomer.
Right. Okay. So now I'm going to give you the Candace Owens take on the matter. You mentioned pictures of Brigitte Macron from an age of, say, 40.
Yeah, when Macron was like 15 or something.
She goes before about 30 as a milestone.
Oh, right, okay.
Right. So here we have Candace Owens saying that that is on March 14, 2024.
Okay.
So she is really interested in that story.
Yeah.
And she is talking about a theory.
What evidence would she have received?
That she has mentioned that she has been in touch with several French journalists. Right. One is, I think, called Xavier Poussard. And he's talking about a face recognition technology scam that suggests that Brigitte Macron isn't a woman.
She's just really old.
And this is the theory that she puts forward, that there are no pictures of Brigitte Macron before 30. And
that's
she puts
probably because the technology of cameras hadn't been invented then. It's like saying there are no pictures of Julius Caesar. Well, no,
maybe she's not that old.
She's 70 something. She's really old. Let me just check. She's really old.
Anyway, so the theory is, the hypothesis is that she hasn't. There aren't pictures of her before 30.
She's 72.
Right, 42 years ago then.
Yeah, there were cameras for it.
Yeah, I know there were cameras, but like not everyone had a camera on their phone, right? Like there were very few pictures of me when I was young, just because my family weren't wealthy enough to buy cameras.
I don't know. Can you prove
I'm
that
only
this was the
46.
intention?
Can you prove that you weren't a woman and that you transitioned?
I can't actually.
Anyway, so that's
true.
the theory. That's the theory that Brigitte Macron. Sorry, I got the theories mixed.
You got your transgenders.
You were going to say Michelle Obama then, weren't you?
Yeah, it's about. I'm talking about theories about who the gender, the sexes of politicians.
Isn't it weird?
Right. So the theory
Obama.
is.
She went after Brigitte Macron, not Michelle Obama. That's weird. Anyway, sorry, Karen.
The theory is that Candace's theory is that Brigitte Macron is actually Jean-Michel Trogneux and transitioned at around 30.
Okay.
And then 10 years afterwards started grooming Macron.
How did she get a daughter? She got a daughter. I think it's a daughter. She's got.
Yeah, I mean it's a big rabbit hole, but
Right.
yeah, whatever. I think. Anyway, so
Oh no, she's got 3
what happens
children.
here? The Macrons are saying stop it, and they sued her.
Yeah.
And Candace dabbles down, and she says, "I'm fighting on behalf of the entire world. You were born a man, and you'll die a man. See you in court." Well, the Macrons are suing her in, I think it was Delaware court, but it gets a bit more weird than that. Candace says here that someone really high in the White House hierarchy called her to stop talking about Macron.
They're going to kill
because
her.
Macron said, no, it's not that they're going to kill her, because Macron said that unless Candace stops talking about his wife, he isn't going to push for negotiations between Ukraine and Russia. So he is going to completely forget all the rivalry between Russia and
some
France.
random American podcast.
Yeah, he's going to put all that aside. He isn't going to focus on how the geopolitical rivalry between Russia and France harms France on occasion, because because Candace Owens is talking about it.
Just to be clear, Brigitte Macron got married in 1974. I told you she's as old as bloody time itself. To a banker called André-Louis Odysee, and she had 3 kids with him.
Yeah, but the point is that if you go down the road, the latter road, I said, that the burden of proof is allegedly on the shoulders of the person who is called to disprove a hypothesis.
Sure, but this
you can always,
because she was in her early 20s.
Yeah, but methodologically speaking, this is all epistemology 101.
Yeah.
You can always integrate new pieces of data in order to fit a particular theory. You could say the banker was in it. All of it was forgery. All the documents were forged.
But where did the 3 children come from?
Somewhere. They have to come from somewhere.
One of the children was born when she was 32.
Yeah.
So after transition, right?
Yeah.
So how did that happen?
No idea. But the hypothesis would be these are not her actual children.
Oh, I mean, maybe. But where did they come from?
That's how it goes. Well, that's where, there's the burden of proof.
To think of how prescient they were, that they sort of planted these 3 children way back when, knowing that Macron was going to become president of France, and that this evidence would be required one day.
I mean, Macron...
that's the work of intelligence.
So the Macrons are suing Candace, and Alex Jones is saying Candace Owens says that the Macron defamation suit against her was designed to be a distraction from French journalist. Xavier.
Macron is younger than 2 of her children. So, I know, right? But the point is, like, he's like 3 or 4 years younger than like her middle child. So they must have been
he has a way with women.
So it's not even that. This is the long game we're playing. We're going to plant the seeds now, and then we'll find some kid who 15 years later she can groom, and then we can make him the president.
Isn't it disgusting enough as it is? Do we need to make her trans? Like, was this strictly necessary?
And what does this disprove? I mean, how's it got? Anyway.
Candace agreed with it's the idea that almost everyone in politics is a pedophile, right. And because they're pedophiles, they can be blackmailed. That's the hypothesis she's pushing forward. I mean, essentially, that's where it looks like it's going.
Macron's blackmailed to do what? Lose?
No,
He's about as popular as
it's
Starmer.
it's the idea of controlling politicians. That's the hypothesis. Right. Candace agreed with Alex Jones's warning that she should expect the Delaware case against her to be completely rigged like the cases against Trump and himself. So that's
what if they DNA test Macron's wife, Bridget, and she DNA test returns as
but do you trust the DNA?
Well, that's the thing. Is
do
that
you trust
rigged?
the DNA tests?
Well, I mean, I've
get your own expert to do it.
But do you trust your own expert, or can they be compromised? You can play that endlessly. That's my point. You can play that endlessly. Yeah. So, of course, I agree with you. The point is that you could play this game endlessly. It's as old as time. Right. So here, what we have here, Evan Kilgore saying, Candace Owens says that Charlie Kirk came to her in a dream and revealed to her that he was betrayed. She said it was clear who betrayed Charlie, but that she believes it will be exposed and have international consequences.
So the other day, I was browsing through my WhatsApp and I noticed my own profile picture. I was like, what is that? And it's the picture of that Watchmen guy where it's like, I came to me in a dream.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, I've been messaging politicians with that profile picture.
Does it work? Is it working?
Well, I mean, it's got me this far, isn't it? But,
yeah.
So, I mean, I'm as much of a believer of it came to me in a dream as anyone. But maybe I wouldn't say it publicly.
that
Okay, so here is the other bit, and these stories are going to connect in the near future because it's all connected.
Hang on, right. So I feel that we're missing something here. And I was watching Tim Pool's podcast with Milo on it the other day, and he was pointing out, look, this is basically like a female true crime documentary here, where it's like, you know, this is the sort of thing that my wife listens to these true crime things all the time, and you'll get things like, oh, and this woman did something crazy because she dreamt it or something like that, and it's like, right. So actually, what we're not looking at here is politics. What we're looking at here is women living through some sort of IRL true crime documentary.
I think we may be looking towards politics because there are real dangers with it. I'm
not saying it won't have a political event, but
we will mention them towards the end of this.
What I'm thinking though is that we are thinking in logical masculine terms, as in cause and effect has a particular necessary relationship, right? But that's not really what she's selling here. But it's like, no, Charlie Kirk came to me in a dream, and I believe it'll be exposed, and there'll be international consequences. She's creating a fantasy for women who feel hurt by what has happened, right?
Maybe, but it isn't just for women. It's also addressed to some men.
No, I'm not saying it's just for women. I'm saying this is the sort of thing that women self-select for. This is the format that women like.
I don't know.
Well, I do.
Maybe.
I guarantee you that's correct, because I bet her audience is almost entirely women.
So here is where another controversy has started with respect to Candace Owens' relation to TPUSA, which is the organization of Charlie Kirk, especially after his death. So there is an endless flow of information about this online. Mm-hmm. You can see people taking clips of her, criticizing her, or being in favor of her. It's just endless. So I'm going to try and be very, very distant with it. And I'm just going to tell you what some people allege and what happens. And I want to show her things that she does say. So it looks like in some cases, she does implicate. Yeah. She does seem to be saying that Charlie Kirk was murdered by...
She says it reeks of an inside job. Yeah. It was clearer and clearer that Turning Point USA was involved. I mean, that's a pretty strong statement.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong
What's your evidence?
Statement. I don't think that adequate evidence has been given. But that's the thing, that the more...
Involved from the beginning, or in some kind of cover-up, or what exactly?
Depending on the video, you'll see her saying different things. Okay. But she frequently mentions some cover-up. Then it's also the issue of how much is she implicating Erica Kirk. In some cases, it looks like the way she was expressing implicated Erica Kirk. In some other cases, I will say there has been, because I want to be fair. So at some point, she did retract it.
Oh, right. Okay.
And she did try to take distance from it, say that she isn't exactly talking about Erica Kirk.
Yeah.
So I want to be fair to her. And also she says that she is trying to put forward a narrative according to which the murder was something that was incredibly big, massive, and international, and the military was involved. Let us listen to what
the shooter or the alleged shooter. You think they're a patsy?
Of course, they're a patsy. I mean, come on, it's so dumb. He wasn't even on campus that day. They can't show us one clear image, not even one. All of these cameras, Turning Point has everything in 4K. So shouldn't you have caught the shooter on the roof in 4K? Like, you had cameras everywhere that day. Every inch of that campus is covered.
That was someone else that was running across?
Absolutely.
It wasn't Tyler?
Absolutely. Okay. Someone that just, I don't even know if there was a person that sprinted that day, because everyone's forgetting there was also a news report that came out a week before that somebody was on the roof, and a professor came out and waved the person. Now, they may have been dropping off a gun, dropping off a screwdriver. I don't know.
Because there's one video, like one of the students had panned out where he was running. But that person who took that
video that I had to track down, military.
Really?
Everybody's military in the story.
Really? So the person that captured that, because I remember when it first broke.
So she is putting forward a hypothesis that is a bit more massive and wide-reaching, and she hasn't proven it yet.
No.
Right. So she has made another claim, the Egyptian jet theory. Do you know what that is?
No. What?
Right. So people keep sharing a spreadsheet. She is talking about some Egyptian planes and Erica Kirk. And let me just...
why would Egypt
air? Or
she has repeatedly discussed what she called the Egyptian plane story. She alleges that flight tracking data shows 2 Egyptian aircraft repeatedly appearing near places visited by Erica Kirk. She claimed one plane's transponder was active near Provo Airport around the time of the shooting, turning on again shortly after the incident. She initially linked the planes to Charlie Kirk, but later stated she believes they were tracking his wife, Erica Kirk, and she claimed the same plane crossed paths with Erica Kirk's travel around about 70 times over a few years, describing the probability as mind-blowing. And she has also mentioned some about cars, and she started talking about Egyptian cars, the license plates of Egyptians on the day of the assassination.
I mean, personally, I'm just thinking, right, a lot of immigrants, but I mean, if she was like, yeah, it was Israel, at least I'd understand the conspiracy, right? At least I'd be able to connect it to. But what possible reason would Egypt have to assassinate Charlie Kirk? Just.
The point is, we are throwing something out there, and let's see how it's all connected. Because it is all connected, and we don't have to prove it. To the degree that others don't disprove it.
Yeah. I like it's quote-unquote Egyptians as well.
Yeah.
And why are they all driving Toyotas?
Right.
Yeah.
And here there's a very weird statement back from November 24. She says, when everything is said and done, and the public learns that Macron allegedly moved $1.5 million for my assassination, how will the world respond? So that's weirdly phrased, but let's say that it was a typo.
Notice how she's put herself at the center of a grand worldwide conspiracy that the entire world should respond to. Like this, again, I genuinely feel that this is some sort of women's true crime drama playing out.
So she says then, the next day, November 25, our show will be off air this week. As an update, both the White House and our counterterrorism agencies have confirmed the receipt of what I reported publicly. Emmanuel Macron attempted to organize my assassination.
Where's the evidence?
A source close to the first couple. Trust me, bro.
Yeah.
Also, I will again state that the French legionnaires were involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination, but they did not act alone.
Why does
For all
France
of you who doubted my claims, you can now look to the President of the United States and our intelligence communities to issue a statement to confirm whether I am telling the truth. So...
Bro, come on.
It's like the Pink Panther. You remember towards the end where it's Dreyfus who is putting all the assassins go there. And
I just love that she's the center point.
Yeah. And here she is keeping a low profile despite being hunted by assassins. Yeah. She's on the party of, Tucker Carlson. It's a high profile party, let's say. And
she received more information.
She received more information the next week that she can say with full confidence that Charlie Kirk was betrayed by the leadership of TPUSA now.
The most likely people to want him dead.
Yep, that's you were lied to and leadership knew. So again, you see the phrase with respect to who is implicated in leadership is completely...
Why would Turning Point USA want Charlie Kirk dead?
Anyway, so we have
He's
now...
the single biggest asset.
Exactly.
He's
the one making them.
So
he was a ridiculously compelling speaker.
Yeah.
Why would they?
That's my point, though, because
the same reasons Egypt do, I guess. I don't know.
Well, the Egyptians now.
France,
Let me explain to you the geopolitics of Egypt.
Yeah.
Why would Egypt be involved in this?
Why would France be involved in this?
No idea.
Like, she's tied in the French legionaries who killed Macron now. But you're the one who's got a problem with France. What did Charlie Kirk ever say about France? Anyway, sorry, carry on.
No, what I want to say is that there are several ways of viewing this, and here I will put forward a hypothesis, and don't take that with a pinch of salt. I think that to a very large extent, when people engage upon that sort of discourse, their main agenda is to sow doubt.
No kidding.
You mentioned before about the DNA results. So if you constantly doubt anyone who will put forward a sort of official view, you can endlessly play the conspiracy game.
Yeah.
I just want to say,
so the point is maybe to sow doubt to any kind of state and lead us to the place where you mentioned before with the Somali segment. Look at the state where it's always the case that every official voice is treated as an enemy.
Right.
I think Joseph has sent a Rumble rant in. I think he might have it. The only way to save the world is to give Candace Owens money. More so attention, I think, is the way to save the world.
Now I'm going to... Sorry, Firas, do you want to mention something?
No.
And here I'm going to mention Tim Pool and something.
Give it up.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't get it.
Tim Pool says here that he publicly criticized Candace Owens. I will say this, that there are many people who have criticized her before, and frequently they are not talked about or mentioned, but it's a good idea to see people who were criticizing her before, but it's also a good thing to see conservatives standing up for common sense in some respects. Here he says that Candace Owens didn't like Charlie Kirk. I don't know about it, but he really goes for it. And what he says here is that she's a danger for the 2026 midterms, because there are let's be
honest. She's damaging the right by making us look.
Yeah, and there are several people who are constantly attacking the Republican Party.
Yeah.
And there's a massive contradiction, which I think that is obvious, is on the one hand, in these spaces, you hear the view that if the left wins, the left will wage total war against the right, which means that they are going to win in a Schmittian friend versus enemy way, the right, and not allow the right to recover from it. That's claim number one. And claim number two is, well, it's okay to lose the midterms. It's okay to lose 2028 if it is the case that whether Trump or Vance or whoever is going to be the next presidential candidate isn't putting forward the agenda that segment of the audience wants. So the point is, and I will say this again, I don't think that they represent the majority of Republican voters, but one thing that they could represent is a sizable minority that convinces Republicans to not vote in the midterms, and by implication, losing to the Democrat candidates.
Okay, and on one final note, apparently Candace Owens doesn't believe in dinosaurs either. Apparently they are, quote, fake and gay.
Yeah.
According to back in January.
Yeah, maybe.
If you would like to watch the full uncut version that is also uncensored, head on over to lotuseaters.com to find out more.